This is the Skoda Kylaq, a sub 4 meter compact SUV. But is it spacious on the inside? Let us find out. Now this is going to be a detailed interior review video. I'm going to tell you everything about the space that is available, the features that you get on the inside, and just how practical is the Skoda Kylaq as a family car. We have other videos, one where we speak about the exterior design of this compact SUV, and one is a detailed drive review video of the manual variant of this Skoda Kylaq. So now is a good time to subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel and press that bell icon so that you get a notification every time we upload a video, so that you can make an informed car buying decision. Now if you are buying a German product, well, this is not German, this is Czech, but if you are more interested in being behind the wheel, I'm sure you are also concerned about the comfort for passengers, especially if you have elderly family members. So first we are going to start with ingress and egress. I'm going to open both the doors first. So this is how wide the doors open. Now say for example you want to get into the back seat. The driver's seat is set to my height and my desired driving style. Now when I have to jump into the back seat, it is a tub where you have to lift your foot up and then get your feet inside. Check this out one more time. When I have to get out, I have to lift my foot and then get out of this vehicle. It is not too cramped on the inside, so let me show that to you one more time when I very quickly move in and out. So check this out. I don't have to crouch too much, and while getting out as well, it's easy, it's effortless. Now say for example you have elderly family members, they can come up close to the vehicle, sit on the seat and then gently get their feet inside. It is not too difficult. It is just that because of this tub, they will have to raise their foot quite a bit to move their legs in and out. That is just a small hassle, but otherwise, even to get out, they can make use of the door pad, and then get some support and get out of this Skoda Kylaq. So for your elderly family members, for your parents, or even for your kids, I think the ingress egress is not too difficult. Yes, it is not the most spacious in terms of the space opening that you get to move in and out, but it is definitely not bad. It is definitely not impossible. Now let's speak about the driver's seat. My height is 5 feet 8 inches, and when I have to get inside, check this out. This seat is at its lowest setting right now. This is an electrically adjustable driver seat, but you do not get any memory function over here. And when I have to get out, again, it is not too bad. It is not difficult at all. It is a tall boy kind of a design language. It is almost like a big hatchback. I won't really call it an SUV, but it has some SUV attributes. But nevertheless, in terms of ingress and egress, not a concern at all. While we are here, have a look at the door pad. You have some contrasting colors, soft touch material over here, hard plastic, some texture, chrome door opening lever, and then you have multiple color schemes over here. You have the standard controls over here on the driver door as well. So everything is self-explanatory, and you have decent storage space on the door pad as well. Once you step inside, you are welcomed with this layered dashboard design language. It looks quite nice, very classy and minimalistic. Not too big a screen or not too many flashy lights and ambient lights. Digital where necessary, and that's about it. Very nice, very tasteful. The dashboard top, hard plastic. You have a texture over here, but everything is hard to touch. Nothing is soft touch material. You have a recess over here in the center, so maybe you can park your wallet. It will stay in place. Then over here, you have another texture in a light shade. Very nice. Skoda branding. A contrast colored applique over here, which mingles with the AC vent on the other side. Very nice. Very well done in terms of breaking the monotony. But again, everything is plastic. Then you have a textured panel over here as well. Then here again. So there are multiple textures. This is different, this is different, this is different, this is different. Another applique. Everything is matte in finish. Nothing is glossy. but the glossy bits are the gloss black trims over here on the AC vents, and you also have this knurled pattern for the AC vent controller. Very tastefully done. Overall, the dashboard looks quite nice and it gives you a good sense of space because everything is flat. You have nice clean lines, horizontal lines. Because of that, it feels like the Skoda Kylaq is a larger vehicle. Now let's start in step-by-step fashion. First, have a look at this steering wheel. A 2-spoke steering wheel, very nice, but no flat bottom. Standard steering wheel round design, thumb contours, leather wrapped, good to touch, and then you have controls over here. On the left hand side, these are your controllers for your infotainment. On the right hand side, you have the control for your speedometer cluster. Nothing over here is for your cruise control because the cruise control is over here on the left hand side stock on the steering wheel. Very easy to understand and operate in your ownership. And overall, the steering wheel, it does feel of the right size. You have some chrome accents and you have some gloss black over here as well, and the 3D Skoda logo. Well done, no complaints. But no paddle shifters, of course, because this is the manual variant of the Skoda Kylaq that we have with us today. Now what I want to show you next is the speedometer cluster. As you can notice, it is full digital and you have multiple display options here. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So as you can notice, this is full digital with a digital, rev counter on top. Then you have a circular display with a rev counter dominating the screen, and then you have another circular display with the speedometer dominating the screen. You have a lot of information that is shown to you over here. I think this could have been spaced out because there is more real estate, of course, which is available over here, but nevertheless it is what it is. The screen is good to read even under top sun, so no problems with that. There is some reflection that you can see on the camera, but to my naked eye it is not bothering me at all. On the right hand side you have your fuel gauge, on the left hand side you have your temperature gauge, and then you have all the information necessary that you need on your drives. So over here you can notice you have your driving data, economy data, average economy, distance and time, speed, average speed, gear display, audio display, telephone controls, and then when you go to settings, check this out, you can select or deselect the information that you don't want to see. Overall, this is a very simple display in terms of the skin and the layers, in terms of the UI and UX. It looks good, but what's working behind the scenes is not very advanced, is what I think. Nevertheless, for the segment, this is not bad at all. On the right hand side of the steering column, typical of Skoda cars, you have your headlamp controller with the headlamp leveler, and very easy to understand. Nothing new over here. And even on this AC vent, you will notice you still have that contrast color applique mingling with the AC vent controller. Very nice. Skoda could have just given that on this side and not offered it here on this side, but they have, and that shows that they have given proper attention to detail. Then you have a ticket holder over here as well on the windscreen, so that is also a very useful feature to have, especially during your ownership cycle when you go to a mall or a parking lot. This side of the stock, the control stock on the steering column, this is your wiper control, but on the left hand side you have it for your turn indicators and for your cruise control. So typical of Skoda cars, it is on the other side. Next, let's have a look at this infotainment screen. Apple CarPlay is now active. This is your home screen. You get your driving data displayed over here, which is very useful, and it will give you all the necessary information. And overall, the skin is responsive, the screen is responsive, the skin has decent layers in terms of functionality, features and widgets, but it is just that the screen feels very aftermarket. And the worst part about this is this camera display. Just have a look at this. Can you accept this in 2025? You don't even have dynamic grid lines, you have fixed grid lines, and the camera quality, the display, the feed is just poor. There is no other word to define that. Skoda needs to work on this. If the screen needs to be changed, change it. If the OS needs to be changed, change it. If the rear camera needs to be changed, please change it. This is absolutely poor quality. I mean, yes, it gives you a good sense of how you are reversing your vehicle, but I don't like to look at this. Then when you go to settings over here, you have quite a few options which you can play with. You also have a valet mode, and this button is for traction control system, a very quick button over here to activate it and deactivate it, and you also get a notification on your speedometer cluster when you do that. Lower down you will notice you have these AC vents, again knurled pattern, but there is no contrast color over here, gloss black and black plastics overall. These are your buttons for hazard light, lock and unlock, auto start stop functionality, and this is for ventilated seats. So as you can notice, both the front seats get seat ventilation, and there are only 2 levels of seat ventilation. The full level, the level 2, is very noisy. That is why you will notice that I am using seat ventilation on level 1. You have an automatic climate control panel, very easy to use. It is touch sensitive, but it is easy because the buttons are very well spaced out. The touch sensitive areas are well spaced out. Automatic climate control works quite well, and I have had no complaints with the AC performance. Then lower down you will notice you have this storage bin area. First you will notice you have 2 Type-C charging points over here, and then over here you will notice I have kept my phones: iPhone 15 Pro Max, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Check this out. When I park my smartphone over here, it is a wireless charging pad, and then it is going to stay in place because it has this rubber on either sides to ensure that it doesn't move around too much. Check this out. Placing my phone over here now, and it stays in place. And the good thing is that if you want to start charging it, you will get a notification on the screen, and you have to then allow it to wirelessly charge. This wireless charging area, by the way, you have a nice rubber pad over here, so your phone won't be rattling around over here too much, and the space is actually quite generous. So check this out. I am stacking up 2 phones, and I can still park them over here easily and still get them out easily. It is not too tight of a space. You also have a 12-volt charging point over here for accessories. This is your manual gear stick. It is good to finally drive a good manual gearbox vehicle after a long time. Leather wrap, very nice short stick, and you have some chrome accents over here as well. Then lower down you will notice you have a small cubby hole where you can park your vehicle key. This is the key of the Skoda Kylaq. Nothing fancy, and feels quite ordinary to touch as well. It could have been more special. And then you will notice you have a manual handbrake, and next to it you have cup holders as well. You also have another storage point over here. Maybe even over here you can park the key of your Skoda Kylaq. Yeah, you can do that. These cup holders are not too big for maybe 1 liter bottles, but it's okay. It's an option at least, and you can maybe store some knickknacks over here or your wallet. This armrest that you see, it will slide forward and backward, and also there is a storage bin over here for you to hide some things if you feel like. So very useful, very thoughtful. Next, the glove box. Reasonable space, a nice scoop over here, and then this glove box is also cooled. So here you can notice you have this rotary controller. This is for your cooled glove box, so you can have your beverages chilled when you are going out on a long road trip. Very easy to control this, nothing difficult, and it is also very easily visible. The next is the color scheme on the inside. The roof liner is on a lighter side of the shade scale. The seats are dark, so as you can notice they are not fully black, they are grey, and you also have contrast stitching over here. The seats are very well contoured and they are very well padded as well. Just have a look at me. I weigh 85 kg, I am 5 feet 8 inches in height, and there is reasonable room for me to move around in this seat. So if I am driving around dynamically, the seats are going to ensure that I stay in place and I have some fun when I am driving around on my favorite canyon roads. a nice seat setup. Also decent thigh support, even though I am seated at the lowest seat setting over here in the driver's seat. And in terms of ergonomics, everything is spot on. I can reach the ends of the screen very easily. AC controls are very easy. The gear stick, short and medium throw, or maybe short throw. It is not at all too long and it feels good. It doesn't feel like an extra effort to do anything inside the Skoda Kylaq. The inside rear view mirror, it is electrochromic, so no manual day-night setting. You have these lamps over here on the roof, LED cabin lamps. So again, very nicely done. On the driver side, this sun visor only has a ticket holder, no vanity mirror or light. On the passenger side, the sun visor has a vanity mirror, no light. And then finally, have a look at India's most favorite feature, the sunroof. The sunroof opens up and slides below the roof, not above the roof, and this is the maximum that it opens up. It doesn't go beyond this. So it is good because it doesn't open up too much, so it will be difficult for people to come out of it, and people should not. And one touch and it will close. If you want some better air circulation or ventilation, you can also pop it. So check this out. You can pop it up and then it will, of course, deflect wind but also circulate some airflow on the inside. This sunshade is manual. It will not, retract back to close with an assistance. But when you open the sunroof, of course, it is going to go back along with the sunroof. It allows a good amount of light on the inside, and as you can notice, the Skoda Kylaq, even though the darker shades are more dominant on the inside, it doesn't feel very claustrophobic. The glass greenhouse is quite generous. The seat belt, as you can notice, not of the height adjustable type. It is a fixed type seat belt. The seat overall, I think, is very good. This color is going to be very easy to maintain, and the surprising bit is that you get electrical adjustment even for the front passenger. Now you tell me, would you have preferred a better quality camera and maybe even a 360-degree camera support with the Skoda Kylaq, or is that more valuable to you, an electrical adjustment for the front passenger? You let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now to get inside, like I said, it is not too much of an effort. As you can notice, there is reasonable amount of headroom left even for my height, and this feels decently spacious. This seat is at its lowest setting and I have set it to my desired driving style. Have a look at this. This is the amount of knee room that is available. Foot room is in limited quantity because of this raised section on the floor. So I can slide my foot only this much and only in that center area. I can't really spread my legs apart and stretch them. So that is a compromise in space. Behind both the seats, both the front seats, you have a seat back pocket. Very useful. And along with that seat back pocket, you also have a smartphone pocket behind both the front seats. So this is very, very practical for sure in terms of versatility. You have rear AC vents over here, and they are easy to operate in either direction. You have two Type-C charging points as well, but there is no storage bin area over here. But just have a look at the space again. This window sill area, it is almost at my shoulder level. Reasonable amount of glass section. It could have been larger, it does feel a bit tight. Then you have this armrest with two cup holders, and the angle of the armrest is quite ideal. So when I rest my right hand on the door pad and left hand on the armrest, it almost feels at par. And when I'm seated like this, it is a comfortable place to be. I have an adjustable headrest as well. So this is going to offer me better comfort and also better protection from whiplash injury. Check this out. It is quite tight to push it out, and you have two adjustable headrests, or no, you have three adjustable headrests. But this Skoda Kylaq, it is not very wide, and even if it is wide enough to accommodate three in the back seat, this transmission hump, this AC vent is not going to allow for the third passenger to be seated over here peacefully. I will demonstrate that to you, but first have a look at the seat overall. Again, because this is of a darker shade, it is going to be very easy to maintain. Simply wipe it and you are good to go. This will easily last the distance. You have a retractable type grab handle as well, and then over here you have these LED cabin lamps, and they have a very nice soft illumination. It is not too bright and it looks very classy. Space could have been better for sure. Now first have a look at this seat bench. It is a bit scooped over here and also where I am seated. It is a bit raised in the center. And also have a look at the seat back, scooped in the center on either ends, and it is protruding over here because you have that armrest as well. If I have to sit over here as the third passenger, not bad in terms of headroom, but I'm pushed forward because of this armrest and this seat back contouring. And then over here there is just limited space. This is not all that great. This is how I will have to sit. I will have to separate my legs this much. I can't get them closer than this. And if I'm going to be seated over here like this, have a look at where those AC vents are. How long can you sit over here as the third passenger in the back seat in the Skoda Kylaq? You let us know what are your endurance levels when it comes to feeling cold. Now this front passenger seat, it is adjusted for my height and my body type. This is the amount of space that you get. It is similar to what I showed you on the other side as well. But what if you want to make use of this Skoda Kylaq as a chauffeur driven vehicle? This is going to be your master seat. This is where you would sit as the owner. Is this spacious or not? Let us find out. Let me push this seat all the way forward. This is the maximum amount of space that you would get as the owner in the back seat of the Skoda Kylaq. That front passenger seat, thanks to electrical adjustment, it is pushed all the way forward. It is at the lowest setting and it is reclined to being unusable. So this is the space that you get. But have a look at this floorboard area. This is where space is being compromised. Because of this elevation over here, I only get this much space to stretch my legs, and because of that I can't necessarily make more use of the space that is available. There is an elevation at the front as well, so I can't slide my foot forward. This is how I will have to sit. But the good thing is that when I'm seated like this, have a look at the thigh support. This is quite optimum, and the seat is very well padded and it is very good in terms of support. The contouring is also quite nice, so it is keeping me very nicely hugged from my back as well, and this is not a bad place to be. Speaking about the rear door pads, have a look at this. You have decent amount of storage space, so you can maybe carry a 1 liter bottle. Same contrast color, soft touch material over here, chrome door opening lever, textured panel, hard plastics. So that is pretty much it in the back seat of this Skoda Kylaq. You don't necessarily get anything that is extraordinary or anything that is very fancy. But now let us have a look at the boot space that is available. Check this out. A nice big boot. One thing that you have to be careful about is that the loading lip is quite high. So check this out. This is how much you will have to lift your bag up before you move it in and out. So there is generous storage space, but you will have to be careful while moving your items. The good thing is that nothing is a painted surface over here, so you are not going to scratch anything very easily. This is a plastic panel, so even if you touch something over there, it will not look bad, it will not look scratched. So that is very practical. But the loading lip is high, especially for elderly members. Then you will notice you have this parcel tray which will pull up along with the tailgate, and underneath you have your spare wheel along with the toolkit. The second row seat, the seat back, it has a 60-40 split. So if you want to carry larger items as luggage, you can simply fold the seats and carry more cargo in the boot of this Skoda Kylaq. But the thing is, again, even over here, you will notice you have that elevation. I think that is for those mounting points, and then that is going to maybe reduce practicality, but I don't think it is going to matter much because you don't really haul so much luggage every day. You also have a cabin lamp over here, but this is a yellow cabin lamp and this is not a LED lamp of a white shade as you saw in the cabin. And to close the boot, you have this. Looks quite funny, doesn't it? But this is how you grab it and then you shut the tailgate. What do you think about the Skoda Kylaq? You let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you buy it? Do you think it is spacious? And compared to competition, does this car suit your style? Does this car suit your garage requirements? Will your family be comfortable inside? Are the features good enough? Is the quality good enough? That is for you to decide and for you to let us know. Overall, I am happy with the space as a driver. As a backseat passenger, not so much. The quality of plastics, definitely they could have been better. And the tech package that you get in terms of the UI UX for the infotainment and also for the speedometer cluster, it could have felt a bit more premium. But then that is my personal opinion. So let us know your thoughts, and if you have any other questions, ask us and we will try our best to help you out. See you soon, and always drive safe.